Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Um, like, share, subscribe, all of that helps the channel. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much. Y'all absolutely rock. My subscribers are one of a kind. I really appreciate you so much. If you have not gotten a membership, please get a membership because we have started the book club and I am very excited. We've already chosen a book. So if you start, we'll have our next meeting on Saturday, of course, virtually in the members group only. And if you have not, if you're joining late, you can go and see which book we chose and how we're going to do it, and we're going to talk some more, and we're going to talk about that book. I cannot wait. We're going to talk about the first three chapters. Each week we meet, we'll read three chapters, and we'll meet and talk about it until we finish, and then we'll move on to the next. Okay. um And also, I've been speaking with some of my friends that have businesses, trying to get sponsors and things of that nature so that I can have giveaways. I like to give stuff. Um, yeah. So that's what I want to do. Every Saturday have something to give away. Have give somebody the opportunity to win something that participates in the club. Okay. Anyways, I could just see it getting bigger, okay? But I wanted to talk about Chicago, and I want to talk about Memphis. And I ran across this article where they was talking about Black women are being hit hard with crime in Chicago, and I put Chiraq because that's what they call Chicago now, Chiraq, and how trafficking is off of the freaking chain in Memphis. I think I did a story about a week or two ago about a situation and how boldly people are just getting, because they are not doing anything about the crime in Memphis. People are packing up and fleeing to Mississippi because they know in Mississippi it might be racist, but they gonna crack the whip, okay? Um, if you come down there thinking you're gonna commit crime, they're gonna sentence you and put you in front of the damn firing squad, okay? Or hang you, because I think they still got that too. Okay. Let me stop because I'm getting ready to go in. But anyway, and I'm not mad about that because these folks out of their damn minds, okay? But I wanted to show you all a video um that I ran up on, okay? And we're all gonna look at this together.
Are Black women, but they make up
investigating injustice in Chicago, the goal that's been ignored for years. She joins us now with more.
Well, Dana, our investigation for the first time reveals the truth about who criminals are really targeting. We analyzed a lot of data, poured over pages of crime reports, and in the end, we discovered the one group that bears the brunt of crime in Chicago looks like me.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Reports of multiple people shot on the city's west side.
It's all we think about.
Multiple suspects walked up to the victim demanding his car.
Our biggest fear.
Breaking tonight, 4 teens, 3 15-year-olds and 1 16-year-old, all shot while on a front porch.
Being the next victim of a crime.
The man stumbled down the Chinatown platform, bleeding from his neck from a gunshot wound.
But what are your chances?
We're not just talking about 1 or 2 robberies here. We're talking dozens of them.
Who's really the most at risk? Is it white men, white women, Asians, Hispanics, Black men? No, it's not. It's women who look like Tonia Thomas.
It's scary.
According to Chicago police crime data for 2022, when you look at all the offenses, count all the victims, Black women are the most at risk.
It's not fair.
Unfair because that 67,000 means 25% of crime victims are Black women, but they make up only 16% of Chicago's population. And when the CBS 2 investigators kept digging, we discovered even more disturbing data. Black women represented more than a third of kidnappings, 35% of assaults, 38% of batteries attacked and injured, 40% of rape victims, And let this sink in. Black women are 52% of human trafficking victims. Remember, they're only 16% of the population.
To have to navigate through life knowing that you'll potentially become a victim of a crime, primarily because of your race and your gender combined. It's mafia.
Thomas survived a rape.
This is all the paperwork from the hospital.
But she still feels the pain.
What happened to me, it won't go away.
It happened here, this West Side apartment building, at a friend's party.
I did have a couple of drinks, but nothing too crazy.
Pictures of a happy, smiling Thomas were taken just minutes before she felt dizzy and went to the bathroom. The police report details the horrors of the criminal sexual assault.
I remember being in the bathroom with my the person who assaulted me, and I remember just trying to like get out of the restroom, but I couldn't get out.
The car was parked actually right there on the corner, right before the stop sign.
Even when it comes to nonviolent crimes and reports where police record race, Black women,
I couldn't believe it,
like Evelyn Sparks, are targets. Black women account for 24% of property thefts, arson 28%, car thefts 29%. Again, they're only 16% of the population.
You could see it out the window.
A 2019 Kia.
I parked it there every day.
But in less than 10 minutes, it was gone. Photos of a trashed Kia found by police an hour later.
Somebody that takes something that you work so hard for, it just makes you feel very violated.
Why are they targets? Because they're, if you want to call it, easy prey. Yes, yeah.
Geneva Brown is a professor of criminology at DePaul University.
We just had an unfortunate officer, Preston, who was killed. She was on her way home at 1:40 in the morning, and she was a target of a robbery. Disproportionately, Black women are working third shift jobs. Black women are in communities where there is a lack of a middle class, a lack of a economic foundation that would deter this type of behavior.
Where they live, when they work, and listen to this, how they are perceived by criminals put a target on the backs of Black women.
You know that you're in a neighborhood where crime is the norm and not the exception. You're in a neighborhood where you know that the police are slow to respond. It creates that atmosphere where, unfortunately, you have people who feel empowered to become bolder or to continue to commit offenses until they're caught.
Why does it always have to be me? When do I get a break? When can I have some peace? I hear those words quite often in the work that I do.
Gabrielle Molden Carwell works as a trauma therapist, helping Black women cope with their emotional pain.
It's disheartening and it causes self-doubt because something must be wrong with me.
She knows the trauma of sexual assault, not just because she treats survivors.
I've seen it in my mom.
She's lived with it.
I've seen it in my grandmother on my mom's side. I've seen it for myself.
And how old were you?
I was 12.
In the year 2000, when this photo of a carefree little girl posed for the camera, masking her torture.
It went on for about 6 months or so. I was angry. I was heartbroken.
It's very aggravating.
Rage keeps me up at night a lot.
How long have Black women been overrepresented? The CBS 2 investigators went searching for answers. We looked at every crime, every victim, not just 1 or 2 years, not 3 or 4. We went back 21 years. CBS 2 investigative data journalist Elliot Ramos crunched the numbers.
The stuff is buried in like statistical reports that come out every year.
But it's here, the latest, pages 79 to 81.
You got batteries, you got robberies.
Ramos combined the crime data
by day of week, by location type,
with race, sex, and age from police reports.
It was surprising at how consistently Black women in particular were over-indexed in relation to the population, like year after year after year.
The revelation, Black women have always suffered more than others. A surprising fact?
I was 16 when all of that was going on.
no one suffers more than young Black girls under 18. A perfect picture of a thriving high school junior at Little Village until she dated the wrong boyfriend.
I remember like him grabbing my arm and he swung on me and hit me. He was very violent. He was very mentally abusive. All of that was very traumatic.
From 2001 to 2022, for every white girl attacked and injured, there were 18 Black girls hurt.
I decided like I wanted to take some pills. I no longer was getting the A and B's that I wanted. So if my grades began to drop, I felt very burdened. And so I no longer wanted to feel burdened.
I feel like this is just as bad as the war on drugs, right? Like everything went shut down for that. But what about these crimes?
But for Black women disproportionately targeted by crime, there is no special task force, no mayoral commission.
We talk about big picture stuff. We talk about, hot topics, but Black female victimization is not a hot topic.
And Brown adds, no public outcry to address the core causes.
I think that this is a conversation that needs to be had.
We've been counting CTA attacks, and this one marks 8 in the past 10 days.
As a Black woman walking into the world,
Some of the 14 wounded are still in the hospital.
every day and knowing there's this high probability that something's going to happen to me when I leave the house. And it's like, do you even leave home? But we have to. We can't, live a life where we're sheltered, but why should we have to?
Here's the sad reality. The data shows that Black women are the most victimized group in Chicago, not just last year, but almost every year for the last 2 decades. And this is the first of a series of reports. We will continue to analyze this disturbing data.
Dorothy, it's
Okay, that was very interesting, very heartbreaking. And, as I was looking at that, I was thinking about how, y'all know I worked for the police department for 18 years. And even with the work that I do now, I still have to work in law enforcement or criminal justice, and just thinking about what these young ladies are going through in Chicago, and it's happening everywhere. It's absolutely heartbreaking, and for every female white that is victimized, 18 female Blacks are victimized. And when they said that female Blacks are easy target, female Blacks are easy target because female Blacks don't get the attention, the immediate attention that a female white would, which is the reason why you see even men in our very own community feeling like it's okay to victimize the Black woman. Okay. You could see just for what you see on YouTube, and it's so many Black women that are victimized. No woman should look at what I've had to go through on YouTube with Black men feeling like that it is okay, along with other communities, and those very communities would not allow them to victimize those Hispanic women or those Asian or Iranian women that they are working with. Okay. But everybody feels like it's okay to victimize Black women. And I wouldn't give a rat's ass what a fuck bitch nigga got on here and said, because if you get on here and try to justify what's going on, use a bitch nigga, and you need to stay off my page. Okay? I wouldn't care what a Black woman said. She has no right. It's sad when I see men who, when women go to parties and things of that nature, and she's drinking and her liquor is spiked. Okay, people think that it's okay because she was drinking. Or I've seen where women have gone to parties and gotten drunk and passed out. And because she passed out, people feel like because she couldn't fight off the attackers, the freaks, the rapists, what we see on that have posted up on YouTube, men like that. She was drunk and she allowed it to happen. No, the R word her. They RAPED her. Okay. And that is a sick freak. Because I'm going to tell you something about real men. They don't want any woman that they can take advantage of. It makes them feel less than a man, especially if they know they're up on their game. But it's a lot of mentally ill men now, and that's the reason why they're on YouTube. And it's a lot of mentally ill women that have been through trauma, and they're able to go as far as they go because they have women that have been victimized helping them with their crusade. And I think that is a shame before God. It is definitely a shame before God. But yes, and even those women that's doing it have been victims and will at some point become a victim, if not already at the hand of that victimizer. And they don't even realize it. That's the reason why I'm very attracted to strong-minded, strong men. Okay? Because I think I see what's going on. And I try to be understanding because I've seen a lot. But I think it is a shame what is going on, when people dismiss when women have been sexually assaulted. Somehow it was her fault. Hell, it ain't her fault if she kissed a man and he decides he wants to take her clothes off. Well, they may be in an intimate setting. Hell, she might have just went to visit him at her house. Well, why was you over there? Hell, we was looking at a damn movie. Okay, I kissed you, but I ain't ready to go any further. I'll never forget a cousin of mine who grew up in North Memphis. And it's so funny because I'm about 2 years older than her. And we was having a conversation and she was talking about how she was in the 12th grade and she cut school. And she said, I cut school. I was being, she said, I cut school and me and this guy, he's still in the North Memphis area. She said, and she said, all of the girls liked him because he had real brown eyes. He was muscular. She said, because I had no intentions on messing with him because we had all grown up in the same projects. She said, and so she said, so I cut school and he told him, come on, cut school. We come over here, smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? She said, and I did it. I'm in the 12th grade. I went ahead and did it because, she said, I went on ahead and we smoked weed and some more stuff. She said, and cousin, I will never forget. She said, I'd heard stories about him. She said, but I didn't think that they were true because he was handsome. He was fine. She said he was fine. She said, but I didn't see him like that. And my cousin just told me about this about a couple years ago. She said, don't you know, I'll never forget the look in his eye. When he looked at me, his eyes started shifting from side to side. She said, he changed on me. She said, he changed on me. And she said, don't you know he tackled me down and raped me? She said, I never told nobody. I'm talking about it to you today. I said, what's his name? She said, I'm scared to even tell you because you might talk about it on your TV show. I said, you tell me because I was, motherfucker. Okay? But he's still walking around North Memphis. She said, but I'll never forget how his eyes started shifting. She said, he told her, ain't nobody going to believe you because you never should have been here. Right? But these are the types of things that happen to Black women. And because she cut school, okay, she felt like she was doing a bad thing. She cut school. She felt like people was going to say, well, it's your fault. Where the fact of the matter is, that ugly ass, whatever he was with them brown ass eyes that lives in North Memphis, I wish I knew his name. Okay? Had no right to take it any further than she wanted to take it. Okay? Had no right to. Right? And so like I said, I think it's sad, like I said, how our children and how women, especially Black women, and we see the evidence right here just in Chicago, are undervalued, especially by Black men. They want to mistreat Black women and then say, that's the reason why I goes and get me's a white woman's is. You fuck nigga, she wouldn't have you, not unless she on crack or you got more than her. Okay? Not unless she on crack. And even the ones on crack, they okay. I don't want to make this into no race thing, but y'all know what I'm getting at. Okay, let's stop me, God. You go ahead, stop me, because I ain't got no problems with no other races. Okay, I don't have no issues with white women. I don't have no issues with interracial dating. Okay, because I think I might start looking into that myself. Okay. But I also wanted to talk about human trafficking is off of the chain in Memphis. This is what I want to show you guys. Okay. Hold on. Parents are definitely going to have to start talking about more with their children. It seems like to me, Memphis is definitely a hub, and you have more pimps moving to Memphis because the politicians ain't worth a damn. And a lot of them are pimps, and so they work with the pimps to violate the citizens, which is why I say that a lot of people, of the citizens, are going to have to start getting out and voting. The righteous people get with the white folks and go ahead and get out and vote, but vote these cuckabug heads out and stop going to these pastors' churches, these big churches that they pay off to tell their flock to continuously vote for these people. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you that what they do is, and I think it's sad, and this is a trick that they've been running on the Black community, especially in the Memphis area. They get into the pockets of the big preachers. They target them with the big churches, and they go and pastor influence his people, and they'll influence their relatives and stuff. We pay him, he'll influence his people to vote for me. Even if we don't pay him, we promise him a grant for his church or jobs for his kids. And even though that politician ain't worth a damn, okay? As I said, a lot of these pastors are going to have to be held accountable for what they are doing. It is a darn shame before God what is going on. I was talking about this the other day. It's pissing me off what I've been seeing that has been going on. Ain't nobody convicting nobody no more for what they do. Okay? It's all right as long as they giving. God gonna forgive you as long as you give. Okay? That's the reason why you see the drug dealers and stuff that's deacons in church and the pimps and stuff that's got big hats and shit and Cadillacs and shit all on top of their damn head in the front of the church. They have their own row because they the biggest givers. They're not convicting them and saying, no, man, you wrong for being a pimp. Well, God said we can't turn nobody away. But if that pimp was an old raggedy broke down pimp, they wouldn't even want him in the church that didn't have no money. That's why folks can go and have the pastor to lay hands on them right before they go rob a bank. Hey man, I gotta go have my pastor waiting on me. I'm gonna go hit a lick. Okay, I'm gonna go hit a lick for about a meal. The pastor okay with that as long as he come back and get 10%. It don't become an issue unless he don't get 10%. Oh man, you went and robbed that bank and ain't get a church none? Oh yeah, God ain't gonna protect you. Pastor, I got 25 grand for you. God gonna take care of you. Okay, this is the type of stuff that is going on. It's gotta stop. Everybody bought out. It ain't no righteous people no more. Anybody bought out now for a damn dollar. And it's a darn shame that our children, okay, and women have got into it. I'm a madam, bitch. You ain't no Lord, stop me. You supposed to be a mother. And you talking about you a madam? You let these men make an ass out of you because they know little girls are more than likely, or younger girls are more than likely to follow women. And they get the women to lure the little girls. And that's the reason why God is getting ready to start taking these folks up out of here. You mark my word, he going to start hitting them with all types of infirmities and deaths. Okay? Because Pharaoh got to let God's people go. Okay? And you got a lot of these leaders that enable these folks. Ain't nobody trying to convict nobody no more. Hell, these these folks in leadership want there to be madam so that they can, I want me somebody poor. Trying to say pure. Messing up the little girls. I want me somebody pearl. Okay? Somebody's damn child, you fuck nigga. And you supposed to be a pastor in the pulpit. It's a lot of them doing it. There are a lot of righteous pastors. Okay? I'm not talking about the righteous pastors. I'm talking about these ones that's hiding behind the cloth. Those are going to be the ones that's going to be sitting up in the pulpit, and you're going to be looking at them and they're going to be in them fell over. Okay? You're going to think they sleep and God going to be in them croak them up out of here. Because Pharaoh got to let God's people go. And Pharaoh can be in the form of anybody that's holding God's people in bondage. It's a damn shame how black women, how hard we work, and we have to worry about being violated by the men that we birthed out. If these black men don't get it right, you ain't gonna see them either. Because God gonna start dealing with them. He already is. It just has not hit their brain. They feel like that the white man is their issue when they are their own issue. They're their own worst enemy. A black woman is not to be violated. No woman is. She ain't no bitch or no whore or none of that. Okay? She's supposed to be loved by a man, but a lot of men don't know what that is. Okay? And not the good ones. Okay? Not the good women. Because I know I get on here and call them, say it. I'm a woman though. I could say it. And I'm talking about the ones that act like bitches. Okay? But for a man to feel like that his only come up is off of a woman, I can't respect nothing like that. I could deal with a man with oil and stuff all up under his fingernails, all up under the damn car, oil dripping all down his neck and shit. Working hard, being a shade tree mechanic coming in, I'll have his bath water ready. I wash his back. I clean his fingernails. Okay, so that he can get up early in the morning and go back and get up under another car. As long as he taking care of his household, I can't deal with I can't respect no man that feel like he's supposed to eat off of a woman. I'm a pimp, you's a bitch. Okay, men don't eat off of women. That's not how it's supposed to be. Well, the black man's just been doing it since the beginning of time, but that's not how it's supposed to be. That's the reason why these men can't have no luck, because they don't know what their position is. They're comfortable, but I will come up off of that bitch. That's how they say it. I said, oh God, Lord, something got to happen. And it's going to be order restored by any means necessary. God is giving these people time to get their life right, and they won't do it. Okay. And so when the wrath of God hits them, okay, they're going to wish that they had, because there's going to be some order. Y'all don't think God going to continuously let his Pharaoh just rule over his people? Folks are just too comfortable in doing wrong. You can't make wrong right. Women think it's okay for men to dog them out. That's not how it's supposed to be. So call me crazy. I'll keep going until I find one that's going to do me right. That's why I say I'm going to look at dating outside of my race now. Because I know I grew up around men that treated women right. I know how women are supposed to be treated. Okay? It's a darn shame what is happening in our community. And until there is some reconciliation between the black man and the black woman, everything is going to be off of balance in our community, because the black woman is the blessing. And a lot of people that's got these men putting all of this negative music out about women understand that. Because if you get the wailing black women around you, a bullet wouldn't hit you even if they tried to shoot you. Okay? These men gonna have to understand who the blessing is. We give life to these men. Okay? They don't promote that in no other community, but they promote devaluing black women in our community. It's a damn shame that our sons are not being taught better. They can't be taught better because they're looking at they no good ass daddies doing it, because they emotional and sissified. Okay? But shout out to those black men that understand their place and know how to treat women and take care of their families and things of that nature, because it's a lot of them. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all to death. Okay. But this right here is spewed at those that don't. And when you see men consistently coming at women trying to violate them, that's a bitch for real, and he won't be around long. Okay, keep messing with these women, thinking God ain't gonna croak you out. Keep messing with these women. Keep thinking you could just violate, especially praying women. Keep thinking you can do it. You're not gonna see him no more. You're not gonna see him pretty long. Okay, so these women that stand behind these men that violate, you ain't gonna have to worry about standing by. You're gonna have to go get yourself some help or get behind another one until God croak him out. Okay? Because it's coming. All right. You can't continuously do women wrong and think you're gonna violate women and it's not gonna come back on you, because God says the woman is the blessing. Okay. I said my piece now. I'm moving on. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I thought that would be very interesting, and it is, and that's something for people to think about. Okay, that's something for everyone to think about. I think that is so sad. It's happening everywhere. It's happening in Chicago. It's happening in everywhere. But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. I ain't talking about the black men that's got themselves together, because there are a lot of good black men. I love black men. I'm shit. I love them all now. Okay. There was a time that I couldn't see nothing but a black man, but God is giving me has put a rainbow in the sky. Okay. Any man that's going to treat you right, or any woman that's going to treat you right, that's who you should be with. Okay. That truly loves you. Okay. But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. I'll talk with you later.